almost evening. Good afternoon. Just a few more minutes. Thank you so much. I know you're all tired, but thank you so much for your patience, and maybe request just a little more of your attention and indulgence as we complete the presentation about our airport, Clark International Airport. So basically, we are a 24/7 airport. And as what was mentioned a while ago, we are 484 feet above mean sea level, meaning that even if the entire Metro Manila gets flooded, Clark will still be operational. In fact, we do not recall any time that the Clark International Airport was ever shut down because of any weather conditions. So that's how resilient Clark is. So we have a passenger terminal building with a capacity of 4 million passengers per annum. Of course, we have a runway, we have radar coverage, we have the usual facilities of an airport, aircraft maintenance, repair and overhaul facilities, line maintenance, rescue and firefighting capabilities, aircraft refueling, flight catering, and ground handling. In fact, our firefighting capabilities, we recently purchased a fire truck a few years back. It has, it's the only one in the Philippines with a high-reach extendable turret. So if you recall the crash that happened in San Francisco a few years back, we have the same kind of fire truck here, and it's the only one in the Philippines. So we pride ourselves with our facilities. So this was also mentioned a while ago by CP. Clark is really at the heart of everything. By land, we are connected to Metro Manila seamlessly by the North Luzon Expressway, which seamlessly connects to the Subic-Clark-Tarlac Expressway, which further connects up north to the Central Luzon Expressway, as well as the Tarlac-Pangasinan Expressway. So this was also discussed. Aside from land connectivity, there will also be rail connectivity to complement all that is happening in Clark. So there will be a guaranteed 1-hour train from Manila to Clark International Airport. So some of the stations that will be built would include Malolos Bulacan Station, San Fernando Station, an airport express dedicated to Clark International Airport, as well as ultimately leading to the new Clark City. So in the meantime, our Department of Transportation has deployed premium P2P buses. So these buses directly connect Clark to several pickup points within Metro Manila. So they have stations in Trinoma, which is one of the bigger malls in North EDSA, Robinson's Galeria in Ortigas, and Resorts World in Metro Manila, and then ultimately to Ninoy Aquino International Airport. And then we also have, aside from rail, passenger rail, we will also be connecting the cargo component to make Clark really a complete logistics hub. So this will also be completed by year 2020. So this is the alignment. And Clark has always been pushing for a two-airport system because Clark has always made sense. But much has been said, but as what CP had said about political will, because I'm sure all of you are familiar with the Philippines being a 3 major island country. So there's Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Currently, our population is around 104 million, and 50% of that reside in Luzon. Now, if you look at Luzon, the upper portion, which is North Luzon, represents the catchment area of Clark International Airport. So that includes Region 1, 2, and 3, and the Cordillera Administrative Region, totaling already 21 million Filipinos. And even if you add the northern part of NCR, because nowadays it's faster to go to Clark, Catanduanes, Malabon, Navotas, and Valenzuela. It's really faster for the Quezon City people to catch a plane. Caloocan. sorry. Caloocan, Malabon, Navotas, and Valenzuela. So right now, because of the traffic congestion that's been happening, it's really faster to take a plane out of Clark if you're coming from Quezon City than it is to get a plane from Manila. It's really an hour's travel away compared to as much as 3 hours more if you get the plane from Manila. So if you add that, that's already 23 million passengers total, catchment passengers for Clark International Airport. And then still, you have the 30 million catchment population of the South. So it really doesn't make sense to close NAIA and transfer everything to Clark. We wouldn't really have the operational capability anyways, and it would just make sense to just operate a two-airport system, similarly to what is being done in Japan with Narita Haneda, or in London with Gatwick. Yes. So that's really what we've been pushing for. And finally, it's being picked up by the government. They are really decongesting Manila, and with one of the positive indications, such as the transfer of the Department of Transportation itself, which have relocated here in Clark already. So because of that, we are now at 19 domestic destinations. Previously, like a year, as of December 2016, we only had one domestic destination. We just had Cebu, which operated one flight a day. So from one destination with 7 weekly flights, we are now at 19 domestic destinations with 278 weekly domestic flights. Internationally, we are connected to 8 international destinations with 160 flights. Our long-haul flights include flights to Doha and Dubai. We still do not have any connections to North America, so maybe that's something you can help us with, because we've had several talks and surveys, and a lot of passengers within our catchment area are looking into flights that connect to North America and the Americas in general. So we also have cargo. We have UPS and FedEx making their usual connecting flights from China to Taipei via Clark as their technical stop. And we also have a scheduled upcoming flight with Jetstar for Osaka, and also ongoing flight negotiations with AirAsia. Right now, they have 2 of their aircraft stationed here, and they will also be looking at all these other destinations in the next year. So just to give you an idea of how fast Clark has grown because of such political will, we started our flights way back in 2002 with just Asiana as our carrier. But at that time, Clark was really something that wasn't being developed by the government. From 2005 to 2011, that's when all the low-cost carriers came in. So Tiger Air, and also Zest Air, and Jets. Yes, that's when they came in. But at that time, there was a law regarding the development of Clark International Airport that hampered the growth of Clark. So it wasn't only until 2012 when AirAsia decided to make Clark as its hub, domestic hub, that it really shot up with a 72% passenger growth. But they decided to buy Zest Air, which was stationed in Manila, so they had to pull out and consolidate their operations in Metro Manila. That's why we had a drop in 2013 and ended up with 1.2 million passengers, and eventually felt the drop in passengers because of the lack of airlines. And then when the new administration came in, that's when we felt the surge in numbers again, reaching the highest ever recorded passenger numbers of 1.5 million of last year. So this year we're looking at almost 2 million by the end of the year. So this is a month-to-month comparison. We grew by as much as 100% increase in passenger numbers compared to last year, and also for flights. And then for passenger numbers, we grew by 59%. And also, as compared to last year, we're still seeing constant increase. We are up by 134% for flights and 7% for compared to last year. And for passengers, we are up to 67% month on month. So for our development plan, the Clark Master Plan was actually a grant given by the French government. And the French government gave the design grant to Airport de Paris. So they are the operators of Charles de Gaulle Airport. So this is our current passenger terminal building. The new passenger terminal building will be located 1.3 kilometers away from the current passenger terminal building, and it will have a capacity of 8 million passengers per annum. So it will include, of course, the construction of the new terminal building. At the same time, there will be a transport terminal hub that will include the bus transport system, the taxis, etc. And of course, the landside access road that will connect the terminal all the way to SETEX, and the conversion of the runway to the taxiway, and also the new ramp and taxiways. So for the timeline, this was already, the detailed engineering design have already been awarded last December, and we are scheduled for completion by the second quarter of 2020. So this is also aligned, if you recall, with the train, the passenger train, and also the cargo railway. For the second phase, so this we are looking at from 8 million passengers. The terminal will be increased to 16 million passengers, and then a new terminal will be constructed for 6 million passengers, increasing the capacity to 22 million passengers. And then express freight facilities will be constructed, MRO facilities, fixed base operators or business jets, and cargo facilities will be constructed. And the new terminal will also be constructed to allow for simultaneous landing and takeoff. By the way, this is something that NAIA cannot do because NAIA is already landlocked. We are 2,367 hectares, and NAIA is about 625 hectares, so they're basically 1/4 our size. So Clark, being the civil aviation complex, being a greenfield, is really working to Clark's advantage as we can properly plan the growth of the airport. So for the third phase, we are looking into 46 million passengers with 3 terminals, and again, further expansion of all other facilities, as well as the construction of an airport city, which is approximately 200 hectares. And finally, for the ultimate phase, we will be at 80 million passengers, full expansion of all other facilities. So by then, we will be at par with our ASEAN neighbors, Changi, and Incheon Airport, and it will be something that the Philippines will be proud of. So, and also a third runway will be constructed, and so that ends our presentation. Thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
So what is the official name of Clark? Is it Macapagal Airport or Clark?
It's really Clark International Airport, sir. So it was named Diosdado Macapagal International Airport before, during the time of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. But officially, it's still Clark International Airport.
Is there any attempt to change again to Duterte Airport or something
Actually,
else?
during the time of Ninoy Aquino International Airport, during the time of President Noynoy, there was a law that was being pushed to name it as Corazon Aquino International Airport, but it never pushed. So we'll never really know.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.